We start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim, and we have a new topic. Big topic is going to be loss of Toeles. So Toeles means constructive purpose. As we said many times, even though some statements are considered to be Lashon Hara, meaning derogatory speech, but in some instances it would be allowed for us to say it. Why? Because it's for constructive purpose. So let's define what is constructive purpose. Based on the rule that one must endure social and financial loss rather than speak Lashon Hara, it would seem that there should not be halachic justification to speak Lashon Hara for constructive purpose, Toeles. Why then does halacha permits constructive statement to be made? So it's a very good question. So we said before, not the last time, today's Wednesday, I guess last week, we said that a person should allow himself to get humiliated and lose money and a job and everything, right? But not to speak Lashon Hara about somebody else. And in the same way, we said, yeah, for constructive purpose, you allow it. So is it allowed or not allowed? Of course, we say allowed, but why is it allowed if the laws are so strict? We have noted that all the forms of Lashon Hara fall under one of two categories. Number one, derogatory statement, right? And number two, statements which have the potential to cause the subject harm. Okay. So two forms. Let's do it again. Derogatory statement. So in general, somebody is fat, somebody is stupid, somebody this, somebody that. Okay, that's understandable. Statement which have a potential to cause the subject harm. So here is that something can harm somebody in the future. So that's already, it's not so simple. Okay. Derogatory statement would be never allowed, but the second type is allowed under certain circumstances. The derogatory speech was explained as being lowly in that the speaker focuses on negative aspect of someone's character or behavior. So for no, like somebody asked us this morning if it's allowed to speak of some news. I'm not sure. I don't watch the news. I have no idea what this guy was asking. But he was asking if somebody is getting divorced, famous couple. I'm not sure who he's talking about. Is it allowed to speak? I said, but like you normal, like adult, grown-up Jew is going to talk about somebody's getting divorced? Like, that's okay, but it's still not allowed, but that's a different story, right? So, I mean, empty speech, what is going to add to your life? There are times when discussing someone's shortcomings is clearly constructive. Okay, and the responsible thing to do. Okay, so let's see. So in some cases, it's discussing someone's shortcomings is clearly constructive, right? Big turn, 180 degrees, right? And the responsible thing to do. This is either when one is attempting to assist the person he's speaking about, or when he's trying to protect others from that person. So if you're trying to, if somebody asks help of somebody who is capable of help, not just another friend that just like to hear juicy gossip. So you're asking Rabbi, you need the guidance, and you give him all of the information. So negative information, whatever needs to be said. So because you need an answer, like what Torah would say to do in such a situation, or how can I help that person? What is the problem with that person? And you give all of the details, all of the problems with that person. So if it's for constructive, if he can help, if he said I cannot help you, but I am willing to listen, so you're not allowed to tell, or somebody else. You know that the person is not qualified, right? And or you don't take this person's advice seriously. So a woman is divorced 7 times, and now you're going to tell her about your marriage life, like what she's going to add, right? Okay, so continue. This is true either when one is attempting to assist the person he's speaking about, so we're trying to help, and it's okay. So, or when he's trying to protect others from that person. So that's two reasons, right? Or you say, let's say somebody is asking you about the shidduch, somebody across the street, and just last night, the police come, the whole SWAT team came, and they were like barging into the door, and they ask how the character of this person is he scum or he's nice or he's lonely. Of course, you're obligated to say in this case. In such a cases, though negative traits or actions are being mentioned, the statement made do not constitute Lashon Hara. So it's not that Lashon Hara in this case is allowed. The statement are not Lashon Hara. Destructive speech is Lashon Hara. Constructive speech is not. So if it's negative information, but it's for constructive purpose, so it's not considered to be Lashon Hara. So this, for example, this divorce of this couple, I don't know, maybe somebody famous, I don't know. But how is going to change my life or how it's going to improve my life, for example, if I know the names or details of their divorce, how does it help me? You understand? Similarly, there is no such a thing as constructive rechilus, gossip. A statement can be classified as rechilus only if it's destructive. But if it's for constructive purpose, meaning that you're trying to warn the person, look, you've been going through this neighborhood, but it's that person, he's out of prison, he's this and that, be careful, go around, don't go on this block. So it would be for constructive purpose. There is continuation on another page. 1 second. Okay, so it says continuation. Nevertheless, Chofetz Chaim refers to derogatory statement made for a constructive purpose, Lashon Hara la Toeles. So it's very interesting. So even though it's not considered Lashon Hara, but since the speech itself is negative, so Chofetz Chaim Zatzal calls it Lashon Hara la Toeles. So derogatory speech for constructive purpose. Similarly, lack of the better term. Okay. We too have made the use of the term Lashon Hara or rechilus for constructive purpose at various points of this work. Okay, so since there is no other term, so we use Lashon Hara la Toeles. Okay, no problem. La Toeles again for constructive purpose. The great deal of sensitivity, objectivity, and knowledge of halacha is required in order to distinguish between genuine constructive speech and what amounts to nothing more than rationalized Lashon Hara. So he's very, very precise in saying that, right? So you have to know what is a constructive speech, and BeEzrat HaShem we're going to learn what is constitute constructive speech and what is just people use it as an excuse to say Lashon Hara. Okay, the Chofetz Chaim lists several conditions necessary for the statement to be deemed one of Toeles, constructive purpose, as for purposes of Lashon Hara. Okay, so as I said, we're going to explain what, and we go, of course, with examples under what circumstances we can speak Lashon Hara. We just gave today overview, but we're going into details. The conditions for the statement to qualify as constructive, soon to be discussed here, must be studied carefully before taking liberty of making statement that would otherwise be considered Lashon Hara. Okay, meaning if you don't have constructive purpose, this statement 100% forbidden, but in this specific circumstance as yours, so it would be allowed. Okay, so be careful with this excuse, of course. It would also be wise to discuss the matter with a competent Rav, as an incorrect decision could result irreparable harm. Of course, you need to know the laws, and you have to always ask competent halachic authority. Okay, stop here.